Hey everyone, it's Anna, and this is my final vlog. Um, I will begin by talking about the ways in which politics and politicians define the U.S. immigration policies and the immigration system. First with the documentary Lost in Attention that we watched this week regarding Obama's policies and, the development of the Secure Communities program. I think what that showed is that um, immigration can be used as a tool to get leverage, political leverage, even for those who are considered liberal. We read that article critiquing the liberal perspective of immigration, and it talked about blaming liberals for stalling the immigrant agenda. But what that shows is that what the treatment of the Obama administration of the immigration policies, to me, that shows that immigration as a tool is not just applicable to the Republicans. In the video, in the documentary, they talked about how Obama used the strong enforcement at first to appease Republicans. Kind of like we'll give you strong enforcement first, and later on we'll have more of a comprehensive approach, which unfortunately they never got to do, or I don't know if maybe that was intended the plan all along. But I think that documentary really opened my eyes, because I hear a lot of, because of the current political climate, a lot of reminiscing, and I guess a lot of nostalgia over the Obama era, which of course in comparison is much better. But I think we need to be critical and of those policies, and not just take it by face value that, because he was a Democrat or because he was a liberal, then um, he didn't use our community's livelihoods as, leverage for something else. And of course, the way that Republican politicians utilize immigration is pretty clear in the current climate. It's actually quite annoying to me, so I'm going to move on to the next question. So, why is social justice an important component of any immigration system? Well, first of all, I want to begin by defining social justice. Social justice to me means advocating for fair relations across individuals within a society, with the ultimate goal of delivering equal access to healthcare services or educational services, economic opportunities, employment, um, as well as guaranteeing equal access of privileges that certain populations have over others. And I think social justice is really important to advocate for marginalized communities in general, but specifically, I think, within any immigration system, specifically within our immigration system, because our immigration system is set up to limit the rights of immigrants and to weaken them, and to just make them as powerless as possible. And with citizenship comes power. So if you don't have that, then you don't really have much at all here. So I think social justice is huge in advocating for these people who otherwise would like the injustices that they are enduring here within American boundaries would go unnoticed, because they're so easy to neglect. So I think it falls in the responsibility of social justice activists to advocate for these people who are so far marginalized and so off the public eye, that the violations of their human rights can be neglected, and um, we will never see them. And lastly, what did you learn about the past or current immigration system? Well, as I mentioned earlier, I was quite shocked with the Obama documentary. I had been warned to, to be more critical of the idea of Obama as like the great president that everyone thinks that he is, but I had never taken the time to sit down and actually learn um, how he had used immigration to his benefit. And also, I was really, really interested and shocked by the Dayani Crystal documentary that we watched a couple weeks back, specifically regarding the medical examination of migrants who have died and while crossing the border. Because I had, from previous Chicano studies courses, I had a little bit of knowledge of how the border has been shaped and rearranged so migrants are forced to cross through harder terrains and through Arizona, so through the desert where you have to be exposed to harsher temperatures, and how that is done so on purpose as a form of structural violence to that leads to the death of migrants. But it had never occurred to me, which is, I guess, sort of a morbid thing to think about, but still something that we need to address: what happens with these bodies after, And I think the fact that they are incinerated, that we can incinerate them without knowing who they are, is horrifying to me, because this person and their family members will never really, like, their family members will never really get to know what happened to them. And out of respect of human life, I just think that was really shocking to me. So those are two of the most important things that I learned throughout this course. I definitely will take away with me and we'll discuss in future classes. And well, it was a pleasure to watch everyone and to learn from each other. So I hope the rest of the semester is great for you guys.